Hello, everybody. How y'all doing today? Hope you're doing well. So, yeah, as you can see, I'm continuing my walks indoors. We're supposed to be possibly having record-breaking heat this week. So, yeah, with everything that I have been through here this year so far, really the last year and a half, with my respiratory problems and so forth, and especially here lately with medication not working out and everything else, I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to risk getting heat stroke on top of everything. Yeah, not a good idea. So I know the light kind of keeps going in and out as I'm going through different parts of the house. So I apologize for that. But it is what it is. All right. So, what I was going to talk to you all about today is actually falls under the category of spirit, basically spirituality. And what I was going to talk to you all about are messages that we possibly receive. They come in many forms, okay? They can be downloads that we receive from spirit, okay? They can happen when we're sleeping or what have you. We can also receive messages, of course, from external sources, like when you see those number patterns, like 111, 1111, 222, so on and so forth. It can also be triggers that you might receive from certain songs that you might hear on the radio or through your streaming service or something. Something comes on and it's like, it might be a favorite song from somebody that you used to know that passed away, like your mother or something. Or maybe from a favorite artist of theirs, might be one of your favorite songs, or it might just be something in the lyrics, maybe something that you just didn't quite hear before, and you're just like, and it just kind of triggers that feeling inside of you, that intuition, where that kind of like that pull or whatever, and you're just, it's kind of like, maybe I need to pay a little bit of attention to this, or even a miscommunication with lyrics. The lyrics are supposed to be one thing, but for some reason you heard something else. Okay, sometimes that might happen, or could be colors. Pretty much just about anything could possibly be a message that's coming in. Sometimes, and of course, you could get messages, through tarot and oracle cards, through your meditations, so on and so forth. All right. But I had something happen this week, a couple of days ago, actually, caught me completely off guard. Did not expect it. So I wanted to talk to you all about what happened there, okay? Because it might be something that you may happen or have happened or will possibly have happen. Yeah, hope you follow that. So anyway, so basically what happened, it was a couple days ago. Old friend of mine, we've been friends for quite a while, almost 20 years. And it was kind of unusual. It's somebody that I know who is a bit of a skeptic about just about everything with life, okay? A little bit of a conspiracy theory nut, so on and so forth. Yeah, and this person tends to be a bit of an inward person, very, very much inward, doesn't have a whole lot of friends, doesn't really allow a lot of people into his inner circle, and so on and so forth, okay? So anyway, all of a sudden, out of the blue, we haven't spoken in probably a couple of years or something like that. Well, I think we texted with each other a little bit last year or something like that, but in other words, it's been a while since we have communicated in any way, shape, or form. So anyway, all of a sudden, Monday morning, he's reaching out to me. Not only did he text me, but also tried to call me and left me a voicemail, which is highly unusual because he isn't somebody who likes to talk on the phone. So I knew something was up. So I call him back and I was just like, hey, what's going on? So on and so forth. And he was just like, is everything okay with you? And so forth. I had this dream. I'm like, uh-oh. Gee, yeah, definitely resonating. I'm like, okay. So I was just like, yeah, I'm fine, everything. I told him I moved and I'm actually closer to you now again, and so on and so forth. And he's like, well, I'd like to reconnect, and try and, see about catching up. So I'm like, oh, yeah, come on over. So I texted my address. And he said he had something to do, and I didn't expect maybe to hear from him for maybe the next day or something like that. And next thing I know, bam, he's texting me on my way. Oh, okay. All righty then. I'm getting unexpected company today. All right. So we talked and everything, and he had told me about his dream and that he had had. He basically had said that, well, for one thing, with us catching up, I was kind of shocked by some things that he had been through. And it's then kind of similar to things that I have been through, especially here in recent years. It's like, okay. But then at the end, he finally broke down and told me what the dream was about. And it was basically about me being reunited with a pet that I used to have, a little white flop-ear bunny. Had white ears. He was mostly white with dark brown ears. He was a little flop-ear, one of those cute little guys everybody wants, but they don't realize how bratty they really are. Fortunately, I had previous experience with flop ears, so I knew I was getting myself into. But anyway, and yeah, he basically had said that him and I, my bunny and I, had been reunited, and I was very, very happy. I was like, okay, this is kind of out of the blue. So I was thinking, well, maybe he had been thinking about me. Maybe he had been thinking about my bunny because he knew my bunny and everything. And, I was thinking normal, typical things and so forth, but it just kept sticking with me. And after he left, I got really pulled to do a private reading for myself. And it was interesting with almost every single deck that I had pulled or that I was called to use. I pulled a picture of a bunny. Yeah. And not necessarily flop ears, but there was a bunny that was involved. And I'm like, okay. And so I did a little bit of research basically research on dream symbolism. There's a source that I use from Dream Moods called Dream Dictionary. If you just Google Dream Dictionary, it usually pops right up. It's the link. I don't know why, but for some reason when I just try and type in the link, it doesn't pop up. But if I type in Dream Dictionary or do a Google search for Dream Dictionary, the link will automatically pop up. I don't know why this is, but it just happens to me every time. But basically, it's the link is through dreammoods.com. Should be dreammoods.com/dream dictionary. But like I said, it doesn't always pop up for me. So if you have the same issue, just type in Dream Dictionary, look for the link that starts with dreammoods.com, and that's it. Okay. And I did a search. I have also found that with actually doing a physical search doesn't always work well for me either. So I use the ABC index up there at the top, and I just click on, the start of the letter of the symbol that I'm looking for. Like, of course, in this case would be rabbit. So I went over to R, clicked on that, and then just scrolled down a little ways until I got to the index for rabbit. And basically it said with white rabbit, okay, because how my bunny was white for the most part, it had said that it is basically a reference to somebody who is very happy. Okay. Sound a little familiar? Being reunited with my bunny, and I was happy. And some happiness cards also did pop up also. So that's what I mean. And what was really interesting also, I almost forgot about this. Yesterday, as most of you know, I follow the readings that Mary Jo Cranmore does on her YouTube channel, Soulful Revolution TV. Okay. And so I watched the daily message, and I seen that she had done a Twin Flame Collective message also, but I just walked away from it. I was like, okay, I got things to do, so on and so forth. I got done eating with dinner last night, and I was going to go in and clean up the kitchen. And just before I did that, I was like, I got that strong pull. I needed to watch that video. Sure enough, I did, and wow. The message that came out, and this was filmed the day before, the same day that my friend and I were having our conversation. And what's interesting is that that same day, or that reading that she had done, even though it's for the Twin Flame Collective, and I don't consider us to be twin flames at all. I know who my twin flame is. What was interesting about it, though, is that it resonated big time with the conversation that him and I had. So it told me that basically I am on the right path. Also offered some insight to my friend and so forth. I did text him the link and so forth, even though I know he probably won't watch it. But in case he ever, gets that pull, gets that calling to watch it or what have you, it's there for him, So, but anyway, I just wanted to share this with you. I know it's a bit of a long story and everything, but I wanted to share this with you because sometimes messages will come through from very unexpected places and sources, just like with this. So just kind of be mindful of that. I'm not just saying, like, oh my gosh, I need to be mindful of it. No, you'll know when something is coming out, especially if you've been on the path of improving your intuition and so forth. You'll start to recognize those feelings that come in of like, you know what, I need to pay a little bit of attention to what this is. Maybe this number pattern, even though it might not be a traditional, say, angel number, but, it could be something as off the wall as, say, 647 that you might see on a license plate or something, or maybe the letter combination on a license plate, like ZZX or something, It's like it might just kind of throw you. And it kind of catches your eye, and you're just kind of like, okay. And then next thing you know it, things start coming out, just like what happened with me, okay? So I hope that helps somebody. Now that I'm almost halfway done with my walk here, I know y'all have been watching me just walk around in circles. But it's better than going outside and dealing with 100-degree temperatures. So yeah, I'm looking at it right now. So, but yeah, and I'm also going to be posting a little picture of my current baby, my kitty, Possum. That's her name. She picked it out, not me. She was really trying to get in on the yoga action before I start doing my walk. So I'm going to post a little picture of that. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to capture any of the pictures of her rolling around on my yoga mat, but I at least got the one that I got. So I'm going to post that in the stories on the channels that I'm able to post it on in stories. So anywho, I hope this helps somebody, especially as you're going down your own spiritual journey or tapping into and building your intuition journey and so forth. And in case you're wondering what the messages were that were coming in, yeah, it's something that's kind of very personal to me with my journey that I'm on. So yeah, I'm going to keep that to myself for right now. So anyway, I will talk at you all later. I love you, and I hope you're doing well.